They grow up misunderstood. Too quiet, too intense, too slow. At least that's what the world tells them. While others chase applause, they observe. While others rush into careers, relationships, identities, they hesitate, not from fear, but from depth. Carl Jung believed that the rarest personality is not built for early success. It is built for late emergence. These individuals often feel out of sync with time itself. As children, they sense more than they can explain. As young adults, they struggle to fit into systems designed for speed, noise, and imitation. Society rewards the loud, the aggressive, the adaptable. But Jung warned, what adapts too easily often lacks a true self. The rare personality carries an inner weight, a long incubation period. Their life does not unfold in straight lines. It spirals inward before it expands outward. They fail early. They wander. They appear lost. But beneath that delay, something is forming. A self that is not borrowed. A mind that is not programmed. A purpose that cannot be rushed. And when they finally rise, it is not dramatic, it is inevitable. This video is not about motivation. It is about understanding why the rarest personality often succeeds after everyone else, and why that delay is not a weakness, but the very source of their power. If you've always felt late to life, this may explain everything. There is a type of person Carl Jung spoke about indirectly, carefully, almost reluctantly. Not because it was insignificant, but because it was rare. This personality does not dominate classrooms. It does not shine in early careers. It does not move fast, compete loudly, or seek validation. Instead, it watches. Jung understood something most modern psychology ignores. Human development is not uniform. Some personalities are designed for early adaptation. Others are designed for late individuation. And the rarest personality belongs to the second group. From the very beginning of life, this individual feels different. Not superior, not inferior, just misaligned. As a child, they often appear inward, serious, or strangely mature. They ask questions that don't fit their age. They feel emotions they don't yet have language for. But here is the paradox. While they may seem old inside, they are developmentally delayed outwardly. They struggle in systems that reward speed, obedience, and imitation. School punishes them. Society misunderstands them. Peers outgrow them, or so it appears. Jung believed this early friction was not accidental. It was psychological necessity. 1. The inner world is too strong. Most people build their identity by absorbing the external world. They copy values, goals, behaviors. This creates early confidence, but often shallow foundations. The rare personality is different. Their inner world is unusually vivid. Thoughts, symbols, emotions, intuitions, all collide at once. Jung would describe this as a psyche where the unconscious is highly active. This creates a problem early in life, because when the inner world is louder than the outer one, adaptation becomes difficult. They cannot simply become what society asks them to be. Not because they are rebellious, but because their psyche resists false alignment. So they hesitate. They delay choices others make easily. Career paths, relationships, beliefs, identities. From the outside, this looks like confusion. From the inside, it feels like suffocation. Jung warned that forcing such individuals into premature identities can cause lifelong neurosis. The psyche fractures when it lives a life that does not belong to it. So the rare personality unconsciously resists early success. 2. Why they fall behind and why it's necessary. In their 20s, the contrast becomes painful. Others are advancing. Promotions, marriages, social status, confidence. The rare personality feels stuck. They may jump from path to path. They may retreat into isolation. They may appear unambitious or lost. But Jung would say, this is not stagnation, this is incubation. Their psyche is doing something invisible. While others are building social structures, the rare personality is building psychological structure. They are unconsciously asking questions most people postpone until midlife. Who am I really? What is authentic? What part of me is shadow? What is borrowed? What is true? These questions slow you down, but they save you later. Jung observed that many people who succeed early collapse inwardly later. Midlife crises, depression, emptiness. These are symptoms of a life lived without individuation. The rare personality pays the price early so they don't pay it later. 3. The burden of consciousness. One of Jung's most unsettling ideas was this: greater consciousness equals greater suffering. The rare personality is often painfully aware of hypocrisy, of manipulation, of social games, of power dynamics, of meaninglessness. They see through illusions others rely on to function. This makes early participation difficult. How do you compete in a game you don't believe in? How do you chase status you don't respect? How do you imitate a life that feels empty? So they withdraw, not always physically but psychologically. This withdrawal is often mistaken for weakness. In reality, it is self-protection. Jung believed the psyche will sabotage external success if it threatens inner integrity. That's why the rare personality often fails when success comes too early. The soul refuses to cooperate. 4. Loneliness as a developmental stage. Loneliness is not an accident for this personality type. It is almost inevitable, because their inner complexity makes shallow connection unsatisfying and deep connection rare. They may feel alien even among friends, invisible in groups, unreachable in intimacy. This loneliness often peaks in the late 20s or early 30s, and this is dangerous. Many rare personalities break here. They numb themselves, they conform, they abandon the self-forming inside them. Jung warned that betraying the emerging self creates a lifelong shadow, resentment, bitterness, self-hatred. Those who endure the loneliness without surrendering undergo something crucial: ego dissolution. They stop defining themselves by external validation. They stop chasing timelines that aren't theirs. They begin listening inwardly. This is when the true transformation begins, but it is still invisible. 5. The shadow becomes a teacher. Because they fail early, the rare personality becomes intimate with their shadow. Doubt, envy, anger, fear, inferiority. Most people repress these traits. The rare personality studies them. They analyze their darkness. They question their motives. They wrestle with contradictions. This internal confrontation is exhausting, but it creates depth. Jung believed that only those who integrate their shadow can wield real power later in life. Power without shadow integration becomes tyranny, addiction, or collapse. This is why the rare personality matures slowly but solidly. They don't build on denial. They build on truth. 6. Why society mislabels them. Society has no category for people who bloom late, so it uses insults: lazy, unmotivated, overthinking, wasted potential. But Jung would argue the opposite. These individuals are not lacking direction. They are resisting premature crystallization. They sense, often without words, that choosing too early means choosing falsely. So they wait, and waiting looks like failure until it doesn't. 7. The first signs of emergence. Toward the mid-30s or early 40s, something shifts. Not externally at first, internally. Clarity replaces anxiety. Self-trust replaces comparison. Depth replaces urgency. They stop asking who they should be. They start embodying who they are. And because the self is not borrowed, it is powerful. Their voice becomes calm. Their decisions become precise. Their presence becomes unmistakable. Jung believed this is when the rare personality finally enters life, not as a participant but as a force. But this emergence only happens because of everything that came before. The delays, the failures, the isolation, the suffering. None of it was wasted. It was preparation. Most people live by imitation long before they ever discover themselves. They inherit ambitions, values, and timelines without question. It works at first. Society rewards adaptation. It rewards speed. It rewards obedience disguised as ambition. The rare personality cannot do this for long. By the time they reach their 30s, something fundamental has already changed inside them. While others are exhausting themselves maintaining identities they chose too early, the rare personality begins to feel a strange inner stabilization. Not confidence in the traditional sense, but alignment. This is where Jung's idea of individuation becomes decisive. Individuation is not self-improvement. It is self-recovery. It is the slow removal of everything false. Because the rare personality delayed external commitment, they avoided one of the greatest psychological traps. Building a life on an unexamined ego. Their earlier confusion now becomes an advantage. They are no longer searching outwardly. They are consolidating inwardly. And consolidation creates gravity. People begin to feel them before they understand them. Their words carry weight not because they speak often, but because when they do, nothing is wasted. They are not trying to impress. They are not trying to dominate. They are simply expressing what has already been tested internally for years. Jung believed authority that is not integrated collapses under pressure. Authority that emerges from individuation does not need reinforcement. That is why the rare personality often rises quietly. No hunger for approval. Opportunities start appearing, but they are different from earlier temptations. They are aligned with competence rather than ego, responsibility rather than status, meaning rather than image. This is why these individuals often succeed in fields requiring long-term thinking: leadership, strategy, psychology, philosophy, art, systems building. They see patterns others miss because they have spent years observing rather than competing. While others learned how to win, they learned how things actually work. Another transformation happens here, something subtle but decisive. They stop fearing judgment, not because they become arrogant, but because judgment loses relevance. When your identity is no longer dependent on external approval, criticism cannot destabilize you. Praise cannot intoxicate you. You become psychologically unbribable. Jung considered this state rare and dangerous to rigid systems, because such individuals cannot be controlled by rewards or fear. This is also why they often attract projection. Others sense their autonomy and respond unconsciously, some with admiration, others with hostility. The rare personality becomes a mirror. People project their own unexamined selves onto them. This is where social dynamics reverse. Earlier in life, they were overlooked. Now they are watched. Earlier, they doubted themselves. Now others doubt themselves around them. This shift can feel disorienting at first. Many rare personalities hesitate to step into visibility because they still carry the memory of early rejection. But Jung warned, refusing one's rightful place is also a betrayal of the self. Individuation does not mean hiding. It means bearing the weight of who you have become. This is where their shadow integration becomes critical. Because they know their darkness, they are not afraid of power. They do not need to abuse it. They do not need to prove anything. Their ambition is surgical. Their movements are economical. Their energy is conserved. This is late-life momentum. While others burn out, they are just beginning. Relationships change too. The rare personality no longer seeks intensity for validation. They seek resonance. Fewer connections, but deeper, cleaner, more stable. They stop trying to be understood by everyone and start being understood by the right ones. Jung believed this was a sign of psychological maturity. The capacity to endure being misunderstood without becoming bitter. And bitterness is the final test. Many who almost make it fail here. They look back at lost years with resentment. They measure themselves against false timelines and poison their own emergence. Those who succeed do something different. They reinterpret the past. They no longer see delay as failure. They see it as insulation, protection, preparation, and this reframing unlocks energy. They stop dragging the past behind them. They integrate it. They use it. Their story becomes coherent, not impressive, not dramatic, but internally consistent. This is when their influence expands. Not through force, but through example. Others sense stability in a world of fragmentation. They become reference points, anchors. Jung believed such individuals often become guides without intending to, mentors without advertising, leaders without titles. Their presence reorganizes space, and yet they remain free. They are not addicted to outcomes. They are not chasing legacy. They are not afraid of endings, because they already survived the hardest thing, becoming themselves without permission. And this is why their success, when it comes, does not consume them. It expresses them. By the time the rare personality reaches the second half of life, the game most people are still trapped in has already lost its grip on them. Status no longer seduces them. Approval no longer directs them. Fear no longer rushes them. This is where Jung's psychology becomes almost prophetic. He believed the second half of life is not meant for expansion outward, but for expansion upward, meaning wisdom, integration. Most people never reach this stage because they spend their energy defending identities built too early. The rare personality arrives here prepared, while others panic at aging, clinging to youth, relevance, and recognition. The rare personality experiences something unexpected: relief. They are finally aligned with time. Their energy increases because it is no longer divided. They are not pretending, not proving, not performing. Their psyche is unified, and a unified psyche is powerful. This is why their peak often comes after 40. Not louder, not flashier, but undeniable. They move slowly now, not because they are unsure, but because speed is no longer necessary. Every decision is filtered through depth. Every commitment is deliberate. Waste disappears. Jung believed this stage creates a rare form of authority. Authority without domination. People listen because something feels solid. They follow because something feels real. This is also why these individuals often reshape environments rather than adapt to them. They don't rebel loudly. They don't fight systems head-on. They simply refuse to participate in what is false, and that alone destabilizes weak structures. Their success looks effortless to outsiders, but it is built on decades of inner labor no one saw. Failures that refined perception, loneliness that sharpened discernment, delay that prevented corruption. And unlike early success, this kind of success does not rot from the inside. There is no midlife collapse here, because there is nothing to escape from. Their life makes sense to them. That is the final reward Jung spoke of. Not happiness, not wealth, not admiration, inner coherence, the feeling that your life belongs to you. And once someone reaches this state, nothing external can truly threaten them. Loss hurts but does not destroy. Criticism stings but does not derail. Even death is faced differently, not as interruption but as completion. This is why Jung believed the rarest personality represents psychological evolution itself. A human being who does not sacrifice the soul for speed or truth for approval. If you have felt late, out of sync, misunderstood, you may not be behind. You may be early for a different kind of life. And if this message resonates with you, if you recognize yourself in this journey, subscribe to the channel. These videos are not for everyone. They are for those walking the long path of individuation, depth, and self-mastery. Subscribe and stay with us. The rare path is lonely, but you don't have to walk it without understanding.